A flower vendor buys roses, rupees 500 per boxes from a rose farm and sells at rupees 700 per box. Expected profit or payoff is equal to number of units sold multiplied by price per box. A5 is 2000. The maximum payoff is A5 2000, which is the best act. A fish vendor buys fish at rupees 120 per kg and sells at rupees 150 per kg. The unsold fish. Hello, my dear students. I am Dr. B.S. Subramania, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Rate College, a Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In this session, I am going to hand Business Statistics 2, third semester, Unit 5, Session 1, in favor of Statistical Decision Theory. This is the last chapter. So, what's the title line? Statistical Decision Theory. I am going to solve the problem about this. Problem and solution. A flower vendor buys roses, rupees 500 per boxes from a rose farm and sells at rupees 700 per box. The demand varies from 10 to 14 boxes in a day. Prepare payoff table, opportunity loss table, and find out max and to max criterion, minimum and minimize, and Laplace criterion. We'll move on to problem now. See that expected profit or payoff is equal to number of units sold multiplied by price per box. So number of units sold multiplied by price per box minus number of units bought or purchase price per box. So the demand varies 10 to 14 box. A1 is 10, A2 is 11, A3 is 12, A4 is 13, A5 is 14. So when the vendor buys 10 boxes, A1 is equal to 10, 10 into 700, 10 into 700, 10 into 700, 10 into 700. So the cost price is 500, 10 into 500, 10 into 500. So the value goes 2000. When this is a 10 box, A1 is 10. When vendor buys 11 boxes, A2 is equal to 11. So rotation system, A21, 10 into 700, first you have to write. Then you have to write 11 into 7, 11 into 700, 11 into 700, 11 into 700. Here all 11 you have to write. 11 into 500, 11 into 500, 11 into 500. This is called rotation system. The values come 1500, 2200. Now, when vendor buys 12 boxes now, 11 becomes 12. How it will be? First, 10 into 700, 11 into 700. Next, 12 into 700, 12 into 700, 12 into 700. Here all 12 we have to write. 12 into 500, 12 into 500. So this is called rotation system, we say. Then, when vendor buys 13 boxes, A4 is 13. First you have to write beginning, 10 into 700 over, 11 into 700 over, 12 into 700 over, new one, 13 into 700, 13 into 700. You have to write all 13 now. 13 into 500, 13 into 500. The values are. Last one, J5 is 14. So, from the beginning you have to write 10 into 700, 11 into 700, 12 into 700, 13 into 700, 14 into 700. Here you have to write all 14. 14 into 500, 14 into 500, 14 into 500, 14 into 500, 14 into 500. Now, payoff table. So, what's the first answer? All goes to 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. A2 goes 1500, 2000. The totally 10,300. A3, 1000, 1700, 2400. Totally 9,900. A4, 8,800. A5, 7,000. Opportunity loss. In the first line, find out which is the highest one. This is 2000 is a 0. Then bring out the difference. 2000 minus 1500, that is 500. 2000 minus 1000 is 1000. 2000 minus 500 is 1500. 2000 minus 0 is 2000. Same thing you have to do for all these things. 2000, 0, 500, 1000, 1500. So this line should come. Now, maximum payoff. A1 is 2000, A2 is 1200, A3 is 1000, A4 is 1500, A5 is 2000. The maximum payoff is A5, 2000, which is the best act. Minimize. The maximum in the regret table are A1 is 800, A2 is 600, A3 is 1000, A4 is 2000. The minimum A2 is 600, which is the best act. Laplace. Total divided by number of items. So first one is 10,000 divided by 2000. Second one, 10,300 divided by 5, 2060. 9,900 divided by 5, 1,980. A4, 8,800 divided by 5, 1,760. A5, 7,000 divided by 5,005. The highest average payoff is A2, which is the best act. Second problem. A fish vendor buys fish at rupees 120 per kg and sells at rupees 150 per kg. The unsold fish. Last time, all the things are sold. Now something has been left over. The unsold is sold at rupees 40 per kg. The demand varies between 21 to 24 kg. Harvey's criteria when alpha is 0.6. Expected profit is equal to alpha into maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha into minimum payoff. Here, A1 is 10, A2 is 11. So when the demand for 21 kg, 21 into 150, 21 is 120. First is 0 into 40. So it comes 630, 630, 630, 630. When the demand goes to 22 kgs, 21 into 150, 22 into 150, 22 into 150, 22 into 150, 22 into 120 plus 1 into 40 unsold. Next 0 into 40, 0 into 40, 0 into 40. It comes 550, 660, 660, 60. When the demand goes for 23 kgs, repetition 20 into 150, 22 into 150, new one 20 into 150, 20 into 150. Here 20 is to 120, 120. So now it will be 2 into 40, 1 into 40, 0 into 40, 0 into 40. When the demand for 24 kgs, 21 into 150, 22 into 150, 23 into 150, 24 into 150. Here 24 into 120, 24 into 20 plus 3 into 40 plus 2 into 40 plus 1 into 40 plus 0 into 40. It works out 390, 500, 610, 70. This you should be remember plus 3 into 40, 2 into 40, 3, 2, 1, 0 plus 1 into 40, 0 into 40. Now, put the alternative. Payoff table 630, 630, totally 2530. A2 550, 660, 660. A3 470, 580, 690, 690. A4 2220. Opportunity loss table, highest in the value, 630 is highest. Difference is 80, difference 160, difference is 240. Same thing goes to second line, third line, and the fourth line. Now, maximum under payoff, A1 is 630, A2 is 660, A3 is 690, A4 is 70. Therefore, which is the highest one? A4, which is the best tag. Maximum under loss table, A1 is 90, A2 is 80, A3 is 160, A4 is 240. The minimum is A2. The minimum is A2 is the best act. Laplace 2520 divided by 4, 630. A2 2530 divided by 4, 632.5. 2430 divided by, so which is the highest one? A2 is the best tag. This is maximum last table under last table. So which is the highest one? A2 is the best tag. It's Hervey's. What's the formula? Expected profit is equal to alpha into maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha multiplied by minimum payoff. What is the formula? Alpha into maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha multiplied by minimum payoff. So 0.6 into 630 plus 1 minus 0.6 into 630. So answer is 630. A2 0.6 into 660, 1 minus 0.6 into 550, 390 plus 220, it will 616. A3 0.6 into 690 plus 1 minus 0.6 into 470, it works out 602. A4 0.6 into 720 plus 1 minus 0.6 into 390, it works out 588. So which is the highest one? Best tag. I have solved two problems. One, when all the articles have been sold. Second one, some article is left over. Both the type I have solved. In the first one, we have not introduced the Harvey's criteria. In the second one, we have introduced the Harvey's criteria. First, you have to write payoff table, maximum, under payoff table, maximum to maximum, minimum in the what's called opportunity loss table. First, maximum to minimum you have to take in the what's called loss table, where in the payoff table, maximum to maximum, here maximum to minimum, then Hervey's formula. So alpha into maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha into minimum payoff. Laplace method, total divided by number of items. Hope you understand. So this type of problem will come for 15 marks. Hope we have solved all types of problem. Thank you. Thank you once again. Please go through slowly and understand. Very, very easy method. Best of luck in the examination point of view. Hope you understand.